What's up, guys? It's Maurice, and I'm back again with another video on the Glorify the Good channel. Today is February 1st, so it's crazy. The time just I don't know, man. It's just going by. Like, the time is going by. And that's a good thing and a bad thing, depending on how you look at it. But man, when I look back on my January of 2025, I can say that I was 90% successful in terms of sticking to my goals, being consistent with my goals, and, achieving the results that I would have liked or would have hoped for. I don't know about you guys, but I set out to have a bunch of lofty goals this year. This is just due to prior, prior experiences, prior incidences of me just falling short of my full potential. I feel like we put so much pressure on ourselves to live these almost perfect, successful lives. A lot of this stuff is ingrained in us from childhood when we're in school. And then, social media. We see everybody's highlights every day when we're scrolling. And that can make us sometimes feel inadequate or feel like we're incompetent or falling behind others, right? So when I look at my January 2025 and compare that to previous versions of myself, I am pretty happy with the way things have turned out. Nobody's perfect, of course. I have a little 10% margin to fill in for this month, February. But, that's life. We can always make progress. There's always room for improvement. So, man, I was in the gym pretty much every day. I think maybe I just skipped 5 days or maybe 6 days, but I definitely never went 2 days in a row without going to the gym. And I'm pretty sure I only skipped, at least in the past 3 weeks, only 3 days. So, I'm really proud of myself for that. Those days that I skipped, I just felt like I needed to get a mental break. I probably could have gone the full 31 days if I wanted to, but, we got to be mindful of certain things, especially as it relates to recovery. You don't want to overstretch yourself, but I never really felt sore. Never really felt sore on any of those days, so that was never a reason for me not wanting to go. Yeah, man, I'm really proud of myself for that. There's other areas of my life where I can be better and where I can improve. I'm happy to discuss those at a later point in time once we get to know each other better. But fitness and health, that was my strong suit this month. I would say one area I'd like to improve on is I'd like to make more meals. I've been using this app called Too Good To Go, and it's great because it allows you to get food from restaurants, bakeries, coffee shops, bagel shops, even supermarkets as well. When these establishments are closing for the night, they oftentimes throw food out, right? So this is a program that allows them to sell that food at a discounted rate to people like you and me. So, I've been certain evenings, if I'm staying late at work, right, I'll just check the map and I'll see, Sophie's Cuban cuisine, right? Dig, Naya, it's a Middle Eastern restaurant chain. Dig is an American restaurant chain. I even got food one time from Charles's Pan Fried Chicken in Harlem. Um, there's so many different places that I've been getting food from over the past month, right? A lot of it's out of convenience and cost, and because it works with my macros and the foods that I'm trying to eat in terms of my fitness goals. So I was able to, do all of that and be fine and be comfortable with, the amount that I'm spending, the amount of food that I'm consuming. But, I do think I could benefit more from making my own meals, right? You know, especially nowadays, like in the winter time, it's bulking season, right? So I can easily go get a 5 pound bag of chicken breast from Aldi. It's like my favorite place to shop for groceries. And then I can make several meals, like tomorrow being a Sunday, right after I come from the gym in the morning. I can just make myself meals for the rest of the week, and I don't even have to think about the thought of coordinating, a pickup time, right? Oh, this restaurant has their pickup time at 8, from 8 to 9. You know what? I'll just stay a little extra hours after work to work on some things so that I can, get that deal, right? I can just easily, make my food at home, bring it in with me to work, maybe even pack an extra meal if I'm so inclined. Um, but instead of staying late at work, which I oftentimes do to make these videos, but instead of staying late at work, I could easily just go home, relax, do my thing, and then just eat one of the meals that I've prepared at home. So I'm just trying to think of ways to get better and ways to get a little bit more efficient in terms of my productivity and my health as well. Because, right, if I'm arriving home late or later on in the evenings, then I'm possibly putting myself at risk to fall out of my sleep schedule and my sleep patterns, right? And I mentioned before in another video that sleep is a big area of improvement for me that I'm hoping to work on. And that's been great. I've been able to do that very well. Been getting my 6 hours. For me, for some reason my body just doesn't like sleep, but 6 hours seems to be the number that gets me going, right? I'll get my 6 hours, and I'll wake up for the gym in the morning. Waking up at like 5:30. Then I'm spending that time in deep thought, reflecting, things like that. Educating myself by listening to audiobooks and watching videos. And then by the time my gym opens, I'm off to the gym, right? So I don't know why I brought that up, but the sleep schedule. My 6 hours, that seems to be great, but I think there's still possibly room for improvement. Looking at my Fitbit here, how many hours of sleep did I get last night? Huh, convenient. It says no data. It is what it is. No worries, but I'm pretty sure I got 6 hours or something like that last night. Went to bed maybe 11-ish, got up around 4. Yeah, so that's like 5 hours, but I ended up taking another nap, or a nap, from like, I think it was maybe 5 to about 6:30 or so, in preparation for the gym opening up, which it opened up at 8 today. So, I still got my 6.5, maybe 7 hours there. So, in a perfect world, I would have slept right through from 11 to 7 perhaps, right? But the way my body's set up right now, it's just doing that. So, there's always areas to improve on. Looking forward to this month. February is the shortest month of the year, so if you thought January went by quick, February is going to be the exact same way. And by that point in time, that'll be a sixth of the way through the year, 16% of the way through the year. That's insane to think about. And then, once March gets here, the weather's going to be nice, and then we're all going to be in that spring fever mindset. Everybody's going to be looking forward to the summer. Then we're going to blink and then it's going to be Christmas again. So life doesn't wait for any of us, man. If you've got a goal that you want to work on, it's better that you start now than wait for the time to pass you by, because there's almost no room for, lollygagging and just sitting around. It's crazy to think 31 days have gone by already in 2025. Like, that's really hard for me to believe. Maybe it's just because I'm getting older, but, ever since I maybe hit the age of 25, I think all the years just started going by quickly and quicker and quicker. So, yeah, man, if you got a goal, I suggest you work on it ASAP, because, you're going to blink and you're going to be 50, 60, 70, and then you're going to be like, what did I do with my life? I definitely don't want to be one of those people. I want to be able to enjoy life, still stay on my grind, but the reason I'm grinding and working so hard right now is because I want to get to a point where I can eventually relax, right? We're all in the rat race. We're all trying to get through our 9 to 5s, get through schooling, and to break out of this constant cycle, it seems, of you get your money, right? You get paid on a Friday or whatever day you get paid, and half of your check goes to your bills. I want to be able to live a life where I can get that money, invest, build a future for myself, and then eventually relax, retire, and reap the rewards of my labor. So, if that calls for a separation time or a couple of months or years period of my life where I'm just constantly grinding and focused on my health and my wealth, then I think it'll be well worth it. So I say that to say, guys, February is here. Let this be a mark in time. Let this milestone that we've approached, let this be a signal for you guys to say, hey, man, I really need to get on my grind. I need to really be intentional about the goals that I say I want, right? I feel like a lot of people are just half-assing and BSing their way through life. And I've been that person, as recently as a couple months ago. But something just clicked for me. I wouldn't really say it clicked, because I've had these thoughts on my mind and on my heart for years now. And it's like I was operating knowing I wasn't living up to my full potential, but for whatever reason I was like, hey, I'm still young, right? I still have time. But time, it's like you can't even touch time. Time is a silly concept, right? People always say, oh, you're young. Like, I tell people my age, they're like, oh, you're a baby still. To you, I'm the oldest I've ever been. I'm not trying to wait until, all these things in life happen, right? These unfortunate experiences that are naturally part of life, right? I'm not trying to wait for a rock bottom moment to, oh man, I need to turn things around. When you're young, that's the best time to focus on your future. You've got your whole life ahead of you, right? That's what you think, but you never know. Time waits for no man. We don't know if tomorrow is going to even come. So we've got to live to our fullest when we have the chance, right? If you're young, that's great. Start investing today. All that money that you spend going out to the bar and going out to go eat with your friends and just chat about the same stuff that you always talk about, gossiping about other people, like all this low vibrational stuff. If you start investing your money and putting your efforts towards things that are of quality, then you're going to be better off, man. I wish I had started investing in my early 20s, right? I wish I had started saving away for a rainy day, right? But, unfortunately, those things didn't happen to the um, quality that I would have liked. But I know that now, and I can use that experience to move forward and say, hey, I'm going to make sure that I do these things because I want this life. You don't just wake up one day and your life magically changes. It's small incremental changes over the course of long periods that will lead you to success. So stop BSing your life today. Today is the first day of February. Use this as an opportunity to make the best out of your life.